politically motivated. His supporters protested against his arrest, but the police broke up their demonstration. The court ordered him to return the money. Mutombo is a 37-year-old firebrand politician who had vowed to fight corruption in the DRC and revitalize the justice system. Chris Ochamringa, Kinshasa.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FM.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports, and welcome to a Wednesday, the third day of September for 2025. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. The new AP college football poll is out. We'll check that out for you this morning after all the upsets we saw in the college football in the opening weekend. The Nebraska football team, volleyball team, soccer teams all going to be in action this week. We'll check the schedule there. Hastings College volleyball team opening up the conference season tonight at Doane. Meanwhile, the men's soccer team will be playing a road game at Southwestern today. Had a ton of high school volleyball and softball played around the area last night, including a volleyball match featuring Adams Central and Hastings High that we had on the air last night on Extreme Sports. We'll recap that one for you as well. And the Kansas City Royals in action last night against the Los Angeles Angels. So all that and more to talk about here today as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning.
And a good morning. Yeah, all that and more. We've got survivor picks that are going to be coming up later on this morning, right after the first break. Of course, today is the day. It's deadline day, 11:59:59. Get signed up for Extreme Sports Survivor. Beautiful prize package that we have for the winner, and a really fun game. You pick one NFL winner a week. Once you use that NFL team, that team is done. Now, I can still take that NFL team and put them in my survivor pool, but you're done with them. That's your one shot that you have with that team. So there's it's a pick 'em with a twist. There's no spreads. You don't have to worry about the things that we have to worry about on our Blazing 5, which I've already done some preliminary homework for, by the way, putting some games on the map. But yeah, Survivor, get signed up. It is absolutely free. Simply go to our website, x-streamsports.com, get signed up for Extreme Sports Survivor, and play along with us as we welcome in a NFL season, which officially will kick off tomorrow.
Yeah, so you got to get signed up tonight by midnight or so, 11:59:59. Get signed up for a Survivor. Then your picks have got to be in by tomorrow. By tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So the kickoff of the NFL season, you got to have your picks in for the weekend. So just make that part of your weekly routine. Yeah, you got to make your Survivor pick. We got lots of people signed up yesterday. People waiting to the last minute to get signed up. That's all right.
That's shocker.
yeah, shocker.
Our listening audience waiting till the last minute?
Yeah, that's routine. So anyway, we got a lot of people signed up yesterday. Thanks for doing that. But now remember, you got to make your pick. You can do the entire season all at once if you want to. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it week by week. But if you want to sit down and make your Survivor picks for all 18 weeks of the NFL season, you can do that. That's fine. Or if you'd like to do it to week by week, which is what I'm going to do, you can certainly do that. Just remember, you might want to put an alarm or something into your phone.
Or just put an alarm for Wednesday morning show. I mean, we're going to be picking the games on Wednesday morning for you, making our Survivor picks. Whether or not, I think we do it this way, right? Like, whether or not we're still in contention. Like, if we get eliminated week one, we probably still should do a Survivor segment.
Yeah, we'll do that. Even though
we're out.
We're used to being on pages 2 and 3 of our contest.
Because I got worried about that. I'm like, man, if we're going to build this Survivor pick segment, into the Wednesday morning routine, and we both go out week one, which is not not under the realm of possibility, right? Like, we could both lose this week. We've done it before. Yeah. I'm like, well, that's going to put a damper on weeks 2 through 18. So we'll still make picks and play along as if our pick won, and continue to play along with you. And so we'll be making Survivor picks. You can make this part of your routine. That's when you make your Survivor selection for the week. That'll help you always remember to make your pick.
Remember the prize package. We're giving away a 55-inch TV that you can watch all of your favorite games on throughout the year, donated by Mid-America Truck Sales of Hastings. We've got a flat-top grill to help with your grilling needs during the football season. Also going to be throwing in a gift card to Mileta Vista Winery up in St. Paul. We're going to treat you to a dinner and some drinks at a Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill of Hastings. We've got an oil change from Conard Auto Care that we'll be giving away, and also a 60-minute head spa experience with KK down at the Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings. So that's what's in our grand prize. So, one lone survivor at the end of the year is going to win the entire prize package from Extreme Sports. So it all starts this week. And we're going to have our Survivor picks between Tyson and I. We'll let you know which direction we are heading. If you'd like to take our picks, that's fine. If you want to come up with your own, that's okay too. Just make sure you get those in by 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So you had volleyball last night. We had the intercity rivalry, Hastings High and Adams Central. The Patriots winning in volleyball last night in straight sets. Got a little volleyball P in last night at the jungle up at Hastings High. Your thoughts on the match last night?
I mean, it was nice to shake off the dust and remember how to get back into the play-by-play mode. You know, we get that summer of an off season, and then we're a little rusty when it's time to get the call and put the headsets back on. But you know, just like riding a bike and getting back into the swing of things, literally and figuratively. I thought Adams Central played well. I thought the atmosphere was really electric, especially early on, and it was really cool to see that gymnasium when it's full. I mean, Adams Central is obviously right down the road, right? Like, they're not missing that game, so they packed the place. Hastings High brought their fan support and more. The student sections were great. And Hastings High early on in that matchup is right there with the Adams Central. In fact, at one point, I mean, it's like a 18-all matchup. And then Adams Central goes on a little bit of run to close out the first set. And at that point, when they went on that run, I think Hastings High, whether it was just kind of a mind game, they saw the name across the way on the chest. And Adams Central, of course, has been so successful in volleyball the last several years. And I looked to come out flat in the second set. I think maybe just lost a little inner belief and never really were able to fully rebound. Adams Central served extremely well last night. 11 ace serves as a team. That's nothing to sniff at. So I think Adams Central served extremely well. They just were able to get more of a rhythm offensively than Hastings High. Hastings High was kind of always on the back foot a little bit with serve receive. Something that I think ultimately at the end of the day, as this season progresses, right? This is match 4 for the Tigers. It's the early portions of a very long season, and then there's plenty of opportunity for growth and improvement. But you know, early on, I think serve, receive, and some offensive sets is going to be the key focal point for head coach Mandy Watt over there in the Hastings High Tigers. But Adams Central, again, they looked good. They got into rhythm offensively. They got weapons from the outside. They really did a good job in the middle with Ava Katzberg yesterday, and were able to just put some lasers right through the teeth of the Tiger defense. And so, you know, AC flexed a little bit, and HC just kind of backed down, unfortunately, and that had the ingredients for a 3-set sweep. But I think we're going to see both teams improve. I mean, I think you could talk to both coaches and say that wasn't our best match. That had a lot of butterflies and mixed emotions, and you have that city rivalry, and you know those players that are across the net from you. And I think the emotions and nerves got the better of both teams at times, because both teams were could be more polished. But again, we're talking September 3rd and September 2nd volleyball here. There's plenty of room for these teams to improve, and I think as the course of the season plays out, we'll see both of these teams continue to improve. But AC was the better last night. They proved it. 3-set sweep. There wasn't a whole lot of doubt in Tiger Gym.
All right, 402-834-1330 is our Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. If you'd like to join us here at the breakfast table, you're more than welcome to give us a shout out. Something on your mind, sports related or not, give us a call. Love to chat with you. Plenty of room on the show today to discuss things with you. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, are more than welcome to do that as well as we monitor those. But again, our fan line, 402-834-1330, our Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. The New York Giants made an interesting move yesterday. They came out with their depth chart for this weekend, and rookie quarterback Jackson Dart is listed as the number 2 quarterback behind Russell Wilson, ahead of the veteran Jameis Winston.
Well, yeah.
So
Dart's your 2.
That doesn't surprise you. Russell Wilson, and then Jackson Dart, number 2, Jameis Winston, third.
No, not on the eye test, not on what I've seen from preseason ball so far from the Giants. In fact, I wouldn't have been surprised if you said Jackson Dart gets the start when they released their depth chart. That wouldn't have shocked me. He's had a really impressive preseason, and you know, when we talk about the way that draft played out, and everybody was questioning quarterback choices, and you know, New York coming around, and everyone, okay, oh, here we go, here's Shadur, here we go, strapping in, here comes the Giants, and they go Jackson Dart, and like jaws dropped. But if you watched him play college ball, you watched him in the film room. You watched him with Coach Gruden talking about his mechanics and his intangibles in the huddle. Dude's gonna ball. I don't know how soon the Giants pull the trigger on Jackson Dart, but I would assume Jackson Dart will start at some point this season for New York.
Probably about halfway through the year, when Russell Wilson gets the Giants off to about a 1-5 start.
Yep.
About to week 7. The Giants fans, New York fans are brutal anyway. When your team's on a losing streak, they'll be calling for Jackson Dart to get in there. He was a 25th overall pick in this year's draft, of course, out of Ole Miss. So we'll see how long Jackson Dart is listed as the number 2 quarterback for the Giants. NFL season, by the way, does kick off tomorrow. Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, your Thursday night game. I almost made that my survivor pick. I almost pulled the trigger on the.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds good right off the bat. I almost pulled the trigger on that. In fact, by the time I get around to announcing my survivor pick, I could swing that way. I'm prepared to go with my game that I've got picked and with the Philadelphia-Dallas game. Mm-hmm. I've got notes on each game, so.
Sure. Here's my thing, man. And anybody that's watched NFL football over the last several years can attest to this. And by the way, for those in the live lobby today and those who have also signed up for Survivor, feel free to drop your Survivor squad in the comments. We'd love to read out who people are picking this week. I look at the Philadelphia-Dallas game, and all signs point to Philadelphia. There's no spreads involved. You pick a winner. Philly's the Super Bowl champs. Philly's coming in. Dallas had a tumultuous offseason. They just lost their pass rusher. All signs point to Philly. But it's Thursday, and Thursday night games do weird shit in the NFL. Watching Thursday night football is like watching a baseball game when the Pirates, or we'll use a better example, when the Rockies play the Dodgers and the Rockies find a way to win. It's ugly, it's messy, it doesn't work. And anything that can happen will happen in a Thursday night game. Your fantasy studs, listen, I am superstitious about starting guys on Thursday night because weird things happen on Thursday nights in the NFL. Even if I have the number one quarterback, Lamar, going on a Thursday, chances are he's going to sit. I don't know what it is about that game. I don't know what it is about the mental preparation. I don't know what it is about the performance. They don't perform. And typically you see like 6-3 field goal induced NFL games that are boring and awful to see. So I'm going to stay away from Philly Dallas, even though, and I also think there's a narrative that gets set, and I'm not saying NFL's rigged, right? Everyone's like, oh, Tyson's going on a tangent, NFL's rigged. I think a narrative sets up really nicely, because I've been playing this out in my head. Like, Philadelphia loses the first game, Philly fans, you talk about fans and rabid fan bases and immediately hitting panic buttons. Like, what if Philly drops this first game to Dallas? The conversation starts, the panic button gets pressed, and then Philly's going to be fine. And then there's that narrative of, oh, there was early adversity as they lost to their rival, Dallas Cowboy. I can see that playing out. I can see that happening. I'm going to stay away from Philly Dallas. The game's Thursday night. Weird things are going to happen. Just expect it.
Yeah, I think you're right. That Thursday games, sometimes players don't live up to their expectations on a Thursday night. But the season opener,
right?
They haven't really played any meaningful games at this point, so they were pointing to this night anyway. It's not like any team is going to be on a short work week or anything like that. They probably had this thing circled on their calendars, season opener. Everybody's going to play. I don't think it makes any difference if you play on a Thursday, Friday, or a Sunday this week. This is the season opener.
Well, ask Nebraska how much fun they had playing on Thursday night.
I don't think they didn't play bad on a Thursday.
They didn't play bad, but I think they didn't play up to their expectations. A lot of people's expectations. You know, look at the Huskers. You say that the Stars don't perform. We obviously had that circled. Hell, we've been talking about that for 4 or 5 months. We've been talking about Nebraska-Cincinnati since the bowl game, right? And so this has been on the calendar, and this has been what you've been preparing for. And, you know, Royola certainly didn't shine as brightly as he could have. The offensive line didn't shine as brightly as they could have. We'll hear from Dana in a minute, and he's going to give a much more detailed description of how the offense performed. But I think we can grade it like a C+. We had that circled. So you know, pot kettle black there. Philly meet Nebraska.
All right, so am I safe to assume that you're not going to take Dallas, Philadelphia as your survivor pick today?
I'm off that game. I'm off Thursday. I'm not even gonna play it. Like, I'm not gonna put it in a parlay. I'm not gonna put it in a bet. I don't like it. I want to put eyeballs on a Thursday night football game to remind myself why I don't watch Thursday night football. What
about Friday?
Your beloved Chiefs?
My beloved Chiefs are playing on a Friday night this week.
In Brazil.
Jet
lag.
That's nice. That's nice. So would I take the Chiefs on this opening week for my survivor pick?
One will find out.
Yeah, we'll do that in the second half hour.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, if you're involved with our survivor game, chime out. Leave us a message. Love to see what direction you are heading. I know we got lots of folks in the lobby here this morning. So if you've signed up for a survivor game, drop us who you're leaning toward in this opening week. We'd like to pass along those things. It doesn't make any difference that everybody knows who you got. If you win, you're just going to be, hopefully, along with everybody else. If you lose, nobody will give a damn. So
it's not like you're sneaking in a survivor pick under the radar.
No.
We're knowledgeable enough as an NFL fan base that you're not like, ooh, I've got this dark horse. Everyone's looking at the same teams at this point.
You would think.
Everyone's looking at your Denvers. Everyone's looking at your Cincy's. Everyone's looking at these teams that are playing
the Cardinals.
Piss poor offenses. Right, yeah.
Cardinals against the Saints.
Yep, we're all in the same boat.
Buffalo.
I don't want to spoil my Buffalo pick. on week 1.
Why?
Buffalo's playing Baltimore.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
You're not going to roll the dice with that?
Hell, I wouldn't. I'm a Bills fan, and I wouldn't roll the dice against Baltimore.
Packers. Who do the Packers play this week? I had that on my radar screen for a while.
Green Bay?
Yeah.
They're playing Detroit, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Why would they be on your radar screen? You know what? Actually, tell me about these teams on your radar screen. Go ahead and pick some of these. I like my odds advancing out of Survivor. You were going to pick Green Bay? Why is Green Bay favored?
Because they're the better team.
What? Wow. No. Stop.
Obviously they are if they're favored.
STOP. They're favored because it's in Lambeau, if anything.
Yeah?
It's Detroit, man. A team that was on the doorstep last year. In that final 3 best NFC teams with Philly and Washington.
So why are the Packers favored?
That's what I'm asking you.
The experts are in Vegas, not Mike and Tyson in central Nebraska. Why are the Packers favored?
You know, here's the crappy part is, oh man, I saved myself from cussing on the air. The crappy part is, you know, I don't bet dogs on opening week. We established, we went 5-0 with our Tyson's rules to live by on the gambling thing on the parlays, and the number 1 rule is don't bet dogs on opening week. It's opening week of the NFL. I would love to bet Detroit. Detroit's a dog. And I don't bet dogs on opening weekend. So I have to stay away from this game because of my principles. And
because it looks like it's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap right off of the bat. Green Bay favored at home over Detroit.
That's a trap game.
It's a trap game.
That's going to have a lot of money loaded on Detroit by the end of it.
So what will happen? Packers will win.
Yep.
Packers will win. Shane is chiming in. He's got Denver. That way,
why not?
He says he's got Denver. That way I don't have to cheer for them. I can cheer against them for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but you're really going to be cheering against them when Denver lays an egg on opening weekend and you're out of Survivor in week 1. Like, you got to be concerned about that.
Against Tennessee?
You got to be concerned about that's your rival, right? Like, there is no sweeter way for Denver to put the middle finger to Kansas City fans than all these KC fans jumping on Denver on opening weekend as Survivor and Denver laying an egg.
Oh, God.
That would be the ultimate Denver thing to do.
Oh, jeez.
You're changing your pick right now. I see it.
No, I've got 2 of them. Laid out here. So, anyway, you're waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Again, we'll hear from Dana Holgerson. He's the offensive coordinator for the Nebraska football team in the second half hour. Plus, we'll unveil our Survivor picks for week number 1. All that and more is coming up as you wake up with Mike and Tyson on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Slow news day, right? Not to say we told you so, but the Nebraska Department of Revenue is now projecting the federal budget reconciliation law, which was nicknamed the One Big Beautiful Bill, will actually reduce state tax revenue by approximately $216 million over the upcoming 2-year budget cycle and $406 million across the full 4-year span ending in 2030. The Economic Forecasting Advisory Board is scheduled to meet in October to update state revenue projections, and State Senator Rob Clements, the chair of the Appropriations Committee, told the Nebraska Examiner, who first reported on the projections, that although the revenue shortfall is significantly larger than anticipated, Nebraska's budget remains, bunny ear quotes here, manageable. Governor Jim Pillen has yet to comment on the report, but a spokeswoman, Laura Stimple, said the report proves that the federal bill is already providing tax relief to Nebraskans. However, that is true, really only if you look at big business. The largest impacts of this bill, the most impacted, this big, beautiful mess, to Nebraska will come in corporate income tax revenues, where the bill expands several existing tax deductions and credits for businesses. What ultimately gets hurt here? State services. The state having less money to operate, meaning Governor Jim Pillen will be cutting even more from the state budget, which is already pretty well slashed, and makes finding revenue to support other measures like tax relief all that more difficult. The Nebraska Medical Cannabis Commission met yesterday and voted to advance a stricter set of emergency regulations to final approval, measures that tighten the initial rules adopted this summer and frankly slash the original intent of the measure that voters approved last November. These updated rules can still allow licensing to begin by the voter-approved mandate of October 1st, but now require Governor Jim Pillen's approval. Dad, please. The commission maintains a cap of 12 dispensaries statewide, one per judicial district, which that dramatically limits access to populous areas like Omaha and Lincoln. And here's the kicker. Smoking, vaping, edibles, they're all prohibited. Like literally the 3 ways one consumes medical cannabis you can't do. The updated rules now permit oral tablets with a, quote, thin flare layer to ease swallowing. They might as well be advertising Flintstone vitamins at this point. Nebraskans for Medical Marijuana condemned the regulations as a betrayal of voter intent, saying they dismantle what the people demanded at the ballot box. Ladies and gentlemen, told you so. 7:26. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Just not a whole lot going on.
It's slow.
Yeah, it is. Ohio State is ranked number 1 in the AP college football poll. Buckeyes, of course, 1-0 in the season after beating Texas 14-7 last week. Penn State is second, followed by LSU, Georgia, and Miami. Rounding out the top 10 are Oregon, Texas, Clemson, Notre Dame, and South Carolina. Illinois is 11th, Michigan 15th, and Indiana is number 23. The Nebraska football team will play their home opener on Saturday against Akron. Kickoff will be at 6:30 on the Big Ten Network. The Nebraska volleyball team will host the Emeritus Players Challenge this weekend. The Huskers will play Wright State on Friday at 7 before facing California on Sunday at 1. The women's soccer team will play 2 home games this week. Huskers will battle Oregon State on Thursday at 7:05 and Kansas State on Sunday at 1. Hastings College volleyball team will open the conference season tonight at Dome. The Broncos are 3-7 on the season. First serve will be at 7:30. Hastings College men's soccer team will play at Southwestern today. The Broncos 0-2-1 on the season. Game time will be at 4 this afternoon. High school volleyball from last night. Adams Central made quick work of Hastings High, winning 25-19, 25-7, 25-12. Ava Katzberg had 7 kills and a block for the Patriots. Zoe Turman had 4 kills for the Tigers. Adams Central is now 4-1. Hastings High falls to 1-3. High school softball from yesterday. Hastings High beat York 13-4. The Tigers are now 7-2. St. Cecilia beat Centura 5-0. The Hawkettes are now 6-2. In some other games, Centennial got by Aurora 12-10. North Platte edged Grand Island Central Catholic 9-8. Lincoln Southwest beat Grand Island 10-1. Northwest defeated Kearney 8-4. Kearney Catholic shut out Lexington 17-0. And St. Paul beat Polk County by the score of 8-7. And the Los Angeles Angels beat the Kansas City Royals last night 5-1. Same 2 teams will play at 6:40 tonight. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:28 on Extreme Sports.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. Slight chance for scattered thunderstorms today, otherwise mainly cloudy skies. Highs level off around 74, north winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, 51. 78 tomorrow. Turning cooler Friday and Saturday with highs from the upper 60s to the low 70s. Chance for scattered rain showers Friday. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Frobley. Currently, it's 59 degrees.
Plus, we've got northwest winds at 8 miles per hour as you wake up with Mike and Tyson this morning. This is Hot.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at
Every football season, there's that one fan. The one who sees the upsets coming. The one who doesn't just cheer, they calculate. They survive. This year, that fan could be you. Introducing Extreme Sports Survivor, the ultimate test of football instinct. Pick one NFL team to win each week. No spreads. No gimmicks. Just survive. But there's a twist. Once you pick a team, you can't pick them again. One wrong call, and it's over. Your name fades. Your shot gone. But survive long enough, be the last one standing, and you'll win our grand prize. Not just the glory. Not just the bragging rights. Something more. Sign up by Wednesday, September 3rd at x-streamsports.com/survivor. Do you trust your gut? Can you outlast them all? This is more than a game. This is Extreme Sports Survivor.
Mike Wilczynski and Veronica with you on this Wednesday morning. And yeah, the Survivor, you need to get signed up for Survivor by midnight tonight. And your opening picks need to be in by tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. We've had a couple of people chimed in on our social media sites this morning. The IT guy, he's on Denver. I see Amber is also chimed in this morning. She's also on the Denver Broncos to beat Tennessee on the opening weekend. So grab your friends, make sure they get signed up, kind of make it an office thing if you want. Yeah, in fact, last night my wife and I were having dinner, and conversation turns to our Survivor game. And I threw out a couple of teams that I was kind of leaning toward. I said, what do you think? And she's not a huge football fan. She's a good football fan. She'll sit down and watch football.
She can hold her own.
Yeah, she can hold her own. She kind of knows what's going on. So she actually did a little research for me right there at the dinner table.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we didn't talk about how her day went or concerns in her life. We sat down and talked Survivor picks.
That sounds like a wonderful evening, actually.
I mean, I didn't have the candles out.
Right.
The candles out and the flowers on the table, but we did talk Survivor picks.
So
that's how my relationship works.
So let's talk Survivor picks this morning.
Should we do it right here at 7:30?
I think 7:30 is as good a time as any. It's Blazing 5 time. It's Survivor time. This is when the time zone correlates to our best picking, obviously, based on last weekend. 4-1 weekend for you, 5-0 for me, but now it's a completely different game. Now it's one game, win and advance, survive and advance.
Remember when we had our basketball pool, you're on page 3?
Oh, I was a disaster. A disaster.
The key here is to get off on the right foot.
Got to get out of the gates.
Yeah, you've got to advance to the second round. If you lose, you're out. If you win, you move on. And we're looking for the one last survivor, which could be, hell, who knows? It could be week 5.
Yep.
Could be week 10. Or somebody could take it the duration.
That'd be insane.
Week 18. You think it'll go until week 18?
No. I mean, I think that this has the potential to be like when you start off the NCAA tournament and you're like 3 games in and ESPN releases that stat, 19% of perfect brackets remain because you have that one bracket buster, you have that one Cinderella, you have that one upset that nobody saw coming that wiped out half the field, which legitimately could be based on where the public is going. And we're not the only ones that have the Survivor pool. Like I was listening to some of the VSiN guys last night, and they were kind of breaking down the Survivor pool. This has become kind of the new jackpot pool for a lot of NFL fans because it doesn't require a whole lot of work. It doesn't require any spreads. But if enough people pool a lot of money in some of these pools, then there's a lot of cash. And a lot of people play for cash money on this baby. This has become kind of a new way to bet. So they were breaking down some Survivor picks, and yeah, there's a heavy public influence on Denver. And if they lay an egg, then half the field is eliminated. So it's kind of it's a strategy within the strategy. Because as a bettor, as somebody who's playing along, do we follow the sheep off the cliff? So to speak. Do you go with the heavy public to say, well, if they're going to get me, they're going to get all of us. I'm going with the public on this. So there's a balance that you have to find within these battles. So I'm going to give the floor to you. This is a brand new game, Extreme Sports Survivor. Mike and I are picking one game. Let's break down a few of the games that you were choosing and then give me your ultimately chosen survivor.
Obviously, I was looking at Arizona and the Saints. Saints didn't have a starting quarterback named until, last week?
Right.
Saints are a train wreck. So I was looking at Arizona and the Saints, with Arizona being my survivor pick. I was looking at the Philadelphia-Dallas game.
Sure.
Philadelphia, the Super Bowl champs. They burned me last year when I bet against them in the Super Bowl with the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, hey, I'll get back on board Philadelphia. But I thought I could use both of those teams later on in the year, because once you choose a team, you can't use them again.
Right.
So then I came across what everybody else came across. Tennessee playing at Denver.
Tennessee's miserable.
Tennessee is not good. Denver's favored by 7.5 points. You don't have to worry about the spreads. You just have to get the damn win.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to come out here. Denver, I've got 3 fantasy football players from Denver on my team this year. Why not start my survivor pool with the Denver Broncos? Cam Ward is a rookie quarterback for Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Be facing one of the best of secondaries in the National Football League. And the Broncos have got most of their offensive starters back from a year ago.
They had a good year last year.
Yeah, they did, with Bo Nix at quarterback. He's my fantasy quarterback, by the way, this week. Broncos have 8 out of 11 of their starters returning. And get this stat, folks. Get this stat. The Broncos are 20-5 in home openers since 2000.
There you go.
So they're 20-5 in home openers since 2000. All I need is a win, baby. All I need is a win. So Mike's survivor pick, lock it in, the Denver Broncos.
Very nice. Listen, I would be on Denver this week. And it's not because all the public is going on Denver, which is making me avoid Denver. I'm along the line of thinking with you when you're talking about Philadelphia. I don't want to burn my Philly pick. I don't want to burn a team that I know is going to win games down the stretch right out of the chute. I'm holding Denver because I think Denver is going to have a good year. And I think there's going to be games, Denver-Vegas, for instance, like down the stretch. You're going to want to play a safer bet, and Vegas will be in shambles by then because Genty will have 45 carries a game and will likely be hurt by week 6. Denver is going to win some games down the road. And so I am playing in the long game here, and I'm going to hold off on playing Denver. And I'm going to take a pick that is probably out in left field. That'll probably land me on page 3. I also I looked at Cincinnati, right? I told you, right? Whoever's playing the Browns, that's a good strategy for Survivor. Find whoever's playing Cleveland. And Cincinnati is playing Cleveland. But Cincinnati falls in that same line with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Denver Broncos. You're going to want to save that pick. You know, if you're playing the long game here, you need to keep some weapons in the arsenal. You don't fire the nukes on day 1. Like, that's not a way you win a boxing match, by just throwing haymakers. So I'm going to throw some jabs around. I'm going to feel it out a little bit. I found another crappy NFL team that's playing a team that not a lot of people are talking about that might be under the radar. I think under the radar defensively. I think some new weapons offensively and a retooled offensive scheme. Jacksonville's at home. Jacksonville plays well at home. Jacksonville has Carolina right out of the chute. And what do we know about Carolina? But they've struggled. Chuba is good, right? Not Purdy. Hubbard, excuse me. You got Hubbard running the ball. You got Bryce Young at QB. But other than that, I don't have a lot of faith in Carolina. I think that offensive line is still leaky. Leaky is an understatement. I think Saxonville returns to their former glory. I'm playing Jacksonville's defense in a lot of my fantasy football teams. And I think Jacksonville's going to win that football game. I'm going to hold on some prize ponies.
Wow.
I'm not going to put them in my stable. We're going to say, hey, you're a prize pony, but this ain't your race. So I will go out on a limb, and I'm going to make my first survivor pick, and maybe my last.
Yeah, it could be your last.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Wow.
Let those flowing locks from Trevor Lawrence descend upon our NFL Sunday viewing slate.
Wow.
Jacksonville for the win.
You do pull one out from left field. Wow.
So just wait till I throw them in my parlay for the Blazing 5.
That's right. We got a mixture this week. You can go all 5 pros if you want for your Blazing 5.
I think I've got 2 pro games currently circled. And right now I'm at about 10 games. I managed to find 10 games yesterday to do some further evaluation on. And of those 10 games, I've got 2 that are pros. So there's no guarantee that I even have a pro game to pick from on my Blazing 5. But Jacksonville and Carolina are among them. I don't like the 3.5. I want that to get to 3. I'm hoping that some of the public starts to bet Carolina so that I can maybe by the time we lock in Blazing 5 on Thursday night, lock in the Jacksonville Jaguars at 3.
Well, one thing about it, you'll have a lot more time to concentrate on your Blazing 5 next week because you won't have to worry about a survivor pick. Wow, Jacksonville, your first survivor pick of the season.
Hopefully you get the win and get them out of the way. Don't have to worry about picking and finding the needle in the haystack down the stretch. I'm going to go needle in the haystack right out of the gate.
Yeah, a lot of
try
guts
that strategy. Thank you.
All right, so Jacksonville for
here.
Tyson, Denver for me. Those are your survivor picks. Again, get signed up. This is going to be fun throughout the year as we start whittling this down here. Get signed up for Survivor by 11:59:59 tonight. Then everybody that's in the Survivor pool, they need to make their selections by 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. If you'd like to do just a week at a time, you can. If you want to do it 6 weeks at a time, you can. Just to fill out the form, go to our website, x-streamsports.com. Click on the little games tab there at the top of the page. You'll find Survivor. Get signed up, and then once you get into our website, it's very easy to maneuver. But Jacksonville and Denver are our Survivor picks here for the morning crew, whatever that is worth, which is not much. Probably not the paper that we wrote these things on. So 7:45, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. Let's switch gears here and talk some Husker football. Dana Holgerson, the offensive coordinator for the Huskers, was before us yesterday, and he kind of gave his overview of the offense and their performance last week against Cincinnati.
We won against a quality opponent. That I got a lot of respect for that program. I've competed against those guys a lot, and they're tough to beat. And they were pretty motivated to play. Okay, so that's a good quality win. All wins are hard, and that one was hard. So proud of the players. I do feel like we executed the game plan. With that structure of defense, they can frustrate you. With how many people they drop and add, and I've coached against it a lot, and the biggest thing with it is you got to be patient and put the ball in play. And I felt like we were patient. We put the ball in play. We snapped it 78 times. We made them tackle us 64 times. So that's getting us into the right runs. I thought Emmett ran the ball very hard and very well, and then Dylan with his completion percentage. Putting the thing in play and making them tackle us. They did a good job of tackling us. Now, that's the lowest tackling bunch I've seen in a long time. I'm not criticizing. That's not a criticize. It's just, that's what happened when we lost Wood. And, they got Ja'Cory pretty good early, too. And we didn't get what we expected to get out of Ja'Cory based on being hurt the entire game. So, that was frustrating, but that's football. Heart goes out to Wood. Tough, hard-nosed player. Brought energy every day, brought work ethic every day, brought physicality every day. That's I feel bad for him. I feel bad for us because that does hurt our team. Special teams wise and offense. He just did so much. And his attitude was so dang good and his work ethic was so good. It's going to take multiple people to replace him. There's nobody on our team that can do what he does. The good news is it's football and it's opportunity. It's opportunity for some guys. We're going to rep some people in that spot to try to get those snaps, and it's an opportunity for a guy like Carter Nelson. It's opportunity for a guy like Ike Bozee. Those guys will eventually get there. Just it's our job to get them there as quick as possible. So, not happy with 20 points. We had 9 possessions. It was a possession-type game. The yards per play isn't what I expect. Explosive plays isn't what I expect. We're going to keep harping on that. Unfortunately, I didn't see it out there again today. How do you fix that? One's the structure of the defense that we played and what the game plan was. That allowed us to win. Okay. Two, we got to do a better job of blocking downfield, and we get people in the open field. We got to do a better job of blocking downfield. We got to do a better job of staying on our feet and making people miss. We made somebody miss 6 times out of 78 times. It's not or 64 times is when they had to tackle us. So, we're gonna work hard on that. The last drive, I was pretty aggressive with it, just based on not wanting to hand the ball off and punt in 3 plays, so I was pleased with the 3 first downs and the 5 minutes of clock, but it was unfortunate that we didn't finish the 4-minute offense at the end of the game. Clearly I would have liked to possess the ball, get another first down, game over, put another 2 minutes and 30 seconds on our time of possession, which was fantastic, and make it a little less dramatic at the end, so there's some things to work on.
Other than that, Dana didn't have a whole lot to say about the Cincinnati ball game. We did talk about the running back position. Emmett Johnson carried the ball 25 times against the Bearcats last week, and the coach says that maybe get some more guys involved.
The way that game was, it was a close game, hard-fought game. He was rolling, man. He played his tail off. So proud of him. Ran hard, was good in pass protection. Was good in the passing game, minus the 1 drop, which I've never seen him drop 1 pass in practice, let alone in a game. So, player of the game in my mind. So tight game. You got 2 freshmen on the sidelines. We handed the ball to Isaiah twice early, and it didn't look good. He's still trying to figure things out, and just with his veteran presence and the way it looked out there, he just kept going, and so I don't regret that. I mean, we got to do what we got to do to win the game, but yeah, that can't keep happening, and so, Ives got to get going, Makai's got to get going, Ike will continue to improve in that area, so I don't care who we play this week, that has to change.
And Dana Holgerson says he's looking for some improvement from the team this week.
Yeah, it's awesome to have that opportunity to coach off of with a victory. That makes things a little bit easier, clearly. But you get to a point in camp where you ain't going to get any better. It is what it is. And we were at that point, to the point where it's like, okay, let's put them in a setting to see what this thing looks like. And so. Couldn't be more happy for that. Excited about our opportunity Saturday against Akron. Those guys play good defense, and so it's a different defensive structure, so we can do some different things, and so that's going to be a good opportunity for us to be able to work on some things and see what we got.
And Dana Holgerson says that they have to be more efficient on offense.
We were 11 of 20 on critical downs. I mean, that's 55%. Our goal is 50, We got down in the red zone and we punched it in twice in man-to-man situations, which we didn't do that last year. And so those guys would have the ability to win one-on-ones. Very, very pleased with that. Both of them made great plays in the end zone. The one time that we had to kick the field goal down there, it's unacceptable to every level known to anybody that's watching it. You can't jump offside. That's been addressed, okay? But even if it's 1st and 5.5, you got 3 plays to be able to punch that thing in, and all I talk about is finishing drives with touchdowns. I don't ever want to kick a field goal. That goal is at about 70%. We were 66, so happy with the 2, but wasn't happy with the 1. It's just lack of execution, 3 plays in a row. Lack of execution, 3 plays in a row. Had to kick a field goal.
All right, so the Huskers and the Akron Zips coming up on Saturday at Memorial Stadium, home opener for 2025. 6:30 starting time on the Big Ten Network. So there you go. Look for improvement, Game 1 to Game 2. That's certainly the case here.
Man, I look for improvement, Game 1 to Game 2, Game 2 to Game 3, Game 3 to Game 4. I think we're going to steadily see this team continue to get polished. And like you said, the unacceptable execution mistakes when you're first and goal, you got to be able to just pound the rock. I'd like to see us get little bit more of a big set. Utilize some of our players like Harburg a little bit more. Got another tight end out there. Give these guys the rock. When you got first and goal from the one, let's go be Nebraska. Let's go be physical. Let's reintroduce the fullback and play baseball's definition of a small ball game, which is all but evaporated in today's new era of college football. I just want to. We're playing Akron and Houston Christian, okay? And if we can't go pad on pad and be the more physical football team, then we should think about playing another sport. I want us to bring a level of physicality that we haven't seen in 25 years to this football game, and I think this team is capable of doing it. But I want to see some of the personnel and packages and play calls start to bring back that identity of being a physical football team, because we're playing in the Big Ten, and our biggest problem playing in the Big Ten since we have joined the conference is we've been getting our asses smoked on the line. We've been getting out-physicaled by teams that, quite frankly, when we were in the heyday, had no business even being in the conversation with it. I'm tired of getting beat up by Minnesota and Cincinnati and having these teams pushing us around. Like, time to punch back, and time to beef up, time to go win a block. And our receivers, man, we got to see better downfield blocking from our receivers to be able to stretch that run game out. Then we can add more personnel in there. Then we can start to wear you down. Be more physicality needs to improve tenfold. And we get that, I'll be happy.
All right. Maybe we should introduce water polo or something like that if we can't play physical football.
There you go.
Play another sport, you said.
Go jump in the pool.
God. All right, waking up with Mike and Tyson. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Well, not to say we told you so, but the Nebraska Department of Revenue, big news yesterday, they are now projecting, as soon as my monitor comes back on, the federal budget reconciliation law, which was nicknamed the One Big Beautiful Bill, it's going to reduce state tax revenue by approximately $216 million over the upcoming 2-year budget cycle and $406 million across the full 4-year span ending in 2030. The Economic Forecasting Advisory Board is scheduled to meet in October to update state revenue projections. And State Senator Rob Clement, who chairs the Appropriations Committee, told the Nebraska Examiner, who first reported on the projections, that although the revenue shortfall is significantly larger than anticipated, Nebraska's budget remains, quote-unquote, manageable. Governor Jim Pillen has yet to comment on the report, but a spokeswoman, Laura Stimple, said the report proves that the federal bill is already providing tax relief to Nebraskans. Woohoo! Which is true, but only if you look at big business. The largest impacts of this bill, over 75% of this big beautiful mess to Nebraska, will come in corporate income tax revenues, where the bill expands several existing tax deductions and credits for businesses. What ultimately gets hurt here? State services. The state having less money to operate, which means Governor Jim Pillen will be getting out the knife and scalpel and cutting Nebraska's budget even more than it's already slashed. It also makes finding revenue to support measures like tax relief more difficult. More to come. The Nebraska Medical Cannabis Commission met yesterday. Oh, this is some good news. And voted to advance a stricter set of emergency regulations to final approval. Measures that tightened the initial rules that were adopted this summer, and frankly, the original intent of the measure that voters approved last November. These updated rules can still allow licensing to begin by the voter-approved mandate October 1st deadline. But it will now require a signature from Governor Jim Pillen. It requires his approval. Like, please, Poppy, may we? The commission maintains a cap of 12 dispensaries statewide. That's just one per judicial district. So areas like Omaha and Lincoln, you're only going to get one. Smoking, vaping, edibles, all prohibited. Literally the 3 ways that you consume medical cannabis. The updated rules now permit oral tablets with a, quote, thin flavor layer to ease swallowing. It's like an advertisement for Flintstone vitamins. Nebraskans for Medical Marijuana, they came out and condemned the regulations as a betrayal of voter intent, saying, quote, they dismantle what the people demanded at the ballot box, end quote. Ladies and gentlemen, told you so. It is now almost 8 o'clock. Let's head over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, college football poll, the AP college football poll is out. Ohio State ranked number 1 after they beat previously number 1 ranked Texas over the weekend, 14-7. Penn State is second, followed by LSU, Georgia, and Miami. Rounding out the top 10 are Oregon, Texas, Clemson, Notre Dame, and South Carolina. Illinois is 11th. Michigan is 15th. Indiana is number 23. Nebraska is receiving votes. Hastings College volleyball team will open the conference season tonight at Doane. The Broncos are 3-7 in the season. First serve will be at 7:30. Hastings College men's soccer team will play at Southwestern today. The Broncos are 0-2-1 in the season. Game time will be at 4 this afternoon. High school volleyball from last night. Adams Central made quick work of Hastings High, winning 25-19, 25-7, 25-12. High school softball from yesterday. Hastings High beat York 13-4. Tigers are now 7-2. St. Cecilia defeated Centura 5-0. The Hawkettes are now 6-2. The Los Angeles Angels beat the Kansas City Royals 5-1 last night. Same two teams will play at 6:40 tonight.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. Daytime highs approaching 74 today, under mainly cloudy skies with a slight chance for scattered storms. Winds out of the northeast, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, lows around 51. Highs level off around 78 tomorrow. Cooler Friday and Saturday with highs from the upper 60s to the low 70s. Chance for scattered rain showers Friday. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Schrabley. Currently, it's 59 degrees.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Have you checked the time lately? Good chance Maletta Vista Winery is open. Hey, this is Mick with an update on our new hours. Tuesday through Sunday, we're open 11:30 to 3, and Fridays and Saturdays 11:30 till 9. Not sure what you want to enjoy when you get here? Well, Maletta Vista features award-winning wine, select beers, spirits, world-class foods, breathtaking views, and live entertainment. Visit MalettaVistaWinery.com. Check out our events page for music schedules and more. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Make your reservations now at Maletta Vista Winery, located on Highway 281, just north of St. Paul.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Wildenstein of Browning. It's a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for a Wednesday. Again, if you missed it earlier, we had our Survivor picks. We debuted our Survivor picks. I am on Denver for this week. You are on Jacksonville.
I'm on the road less traveled. I think that's
You
safe
are.
to say.
Yes, you're on the minimum maintenance road.
I am. I'm roughing it here in the ditch.
Yeah, you're willing to take a chance. I kind of went with a pretty good shot, I think. Denver winning over Tennessee. Mm-hmm. You went on a minimum maintenance road this week in your 1967 station wagon on a minimum maintenance road after 7 inches of rain.
I love exploring, man.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So Shane has already wished you good luck, by the way.
Pinned a $20 bill on my back and wished me the best of luck. Here we go. I got this graphic. This just hit my desk. I want to hit it here in the next 3 minutes before we let go for the day. We talked about yesterday, DeBoer's in trouble at Alabama. I mean, that hot seat is lava hot. It's fish grease. It's molten. In fact, I wouldn't sit in it if I was Coach DeBoer because it's too hot. And it's so hot that Bet Online has now put out a futures. Who will be the next Alabama head coach?
Really?
And there are odds that have already started to circulate, and guess who?
Oh, no.
Guess who is on the odds board?
Oh, no. Matt Rule?
Nope.
God, who could it be then?
It's not Matt Rule. It's our favorite.
Our favorite?
Shows up at Buccaneers practices.
John Gruden?
Shows up at... No. Well, John Gruden is on the board at plus 1,400, but he's not the name that was like, haha, that would be cute. No. He's got a son that's a third-string quarterback in Cleveland right now.
No.
At plus 800, Deion Sanders is currently in the conversation of favorites for Alabama head coach.
No.
Tommy Rees, Glenn Schumann, Lane Kiffin, Kenny Dillingham. Dillingham makes sense. Kiffin makes sense. Here's Prime at plus 800.
He leads the pack?
He's midway.
Oh, midway.
Yep. Tommy Rees from Cleveland. Your favorite.
Cleveland what? The Browns?
Hmm?
Is he the offensive coordinator or something for the Browns?
Mm-hmm.
Why would he be on the short list at Alabama? Like the Browns have this explosive offense in the National Football League that we want to bring to Alabama?
I just repeat what I see. I don't put logic behind it yet because he's not even fired and we're already doing futures for Alabama's next head coach. The familiar names of Matt Campbell and John Summerall return. Jimbo Fisher, who's now working for like a satellite radio station doing a sports show. Jimbo is back on the list. But yeah, your early favorites include Prime to Bama.
Don't see it.
What a shit show that would be.
Don't see it. You better keep a Kalen DeBoer.
I like the guy, man.
He's going to be all right.
He needs to get a defense.
He's going to be all right. They're going to win some games.
We know he can score.
Yeah. Well, I just don't know if he can win enough games to keep the Alabama people happy. They just missed the college football playoff last year. They got beat in their first game this year and didn't look very good.
Shredded.
They're going to be all right.
Every little thing.
They could probably win 9 games again this year. That's an interesting poll you just revealed there.
It just came across my desk right as we were wrapping up in that last break. So
amazing. Yeah, the guy's not even fired yet, and they've already got a poll out. So Matt Rule was on the list, huh?
No, he was not.
Oh, he was not.
He was not on the top 10 list. I don't think he's going anywhere.
He's not.
He's got a great thing going here. He's got his own podcast. He's got appearances regularly on the McAfee show. He's building a culture here. He loves it here.
Yeah, he likes talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his own podcast now, in addition to all the times that we get to see him during the week. So, yeah. When does he have time to coach?
Game day.
And that's basically what it's turned out to be anymore.
Well, hell, he's got 67 coaches with him on that staff.
And a general manager.
And a GM.
Yeah.
Director of player development.
He's probably got all kinds of time to do these media appearances. Anyway, all right, get signed up for a Survivor. Today's your last day. I know you're procrastinating, and I'll get around to that someday. Had a lot of people sign up yesterday, so I anticipate more today. Get signed up. Go to our website, x-streamsports.com. Go to the little tab there at the top of the page where it says Games. Go down to Survivor, and then the rest of it's pretty easy. Get signed up, and then get your pick in by tomorrow for the first week. We'll talk more about that tomorrow during the show. So that's the only thing you got on your agenda today. Get signed up for Survivor. All right. Anything on your agenda? You got school today?
School today. Back to school today.
Back to school?
Then probably mow tonight. The grass was still wet when I left for the ball game yesterday, but it was starting to dry out because it got real humid. And now it looks like a forest. So I got to do evening mowing.
I did evening mowing last night. Got that out of the way. So, all right. So that's the show. If you'd like to listen to the show again, you can. Go to our podcast section, download the show, and you can listen to it at your convenience this week. Better yet, be with us tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock starting time for a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme